Lie down. Lay down. Good boy. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. Just walk on. Now then, well, I'm out with dog and we are taking on a right adventure tonight. Exciting. And that is, we've got 5 caves to explore. So I'm going to sort of get in as far as I can on each one of them and then decide which is best to actually camp in. So as far as camping goes, we can't be pitching a tent in there. So bivvy time. Set that bivvy up and we'll just see how we get on. So tonight, I'm going to be camping with the hyenas and the rhinos. And you think I'm joking, but I'm not. So, anyway, let's get ourselves over there. First stop, Malham Cove. Lay down. Well, I was planning on moving fairly quickly today, so I put on my Innovate X-Talon running trainers and a lighter backpack, so it's only a 30 litre, but I've still crammed it full of absolute rubbish anyway, so I think I need to buy a clutch bag or something and just use something a bit smaller, and I can't fill it with rubbish that I don't need. Anyway, 2 weeks ago I ran a ultra. So it was a 38.5 mile off-road ultra, and that's slowing me down a bit today as well, because yesterday I pulled off loads of skin off my feet. Oh my god, they're absolutely disgusting. These sheep would be bloody embarrassed to have my feet at the minute. So I as I was pulling it off, just one nail came off as well. That was great. So I'm now down to 9 toenails. And just today it's rubbing a little bit now, so I've had to just tape up a couple of toes because obviously it's a bit tender. Anyway, a bit slower than I was expecting, that's all, but we're still moving. Oh dear. Well, the sun is about to make an appearance, I think, but that will be it for the day. We don't need sun anyway when we're going down caves. Day up. Look, I know it's remote out here, but lockdown's over. All barbers are open. You want to get yourself there, lovely. Oh, brilliant, eh? That is proper dad joke. In fact, that is worse than dad joke. That's like, I should be writing Christmas cracker jokes with that one. So if you know anyone who is in that business and they need a sidekick, I'll be happy and willing to be writing Christmas cracker jokes. Hey dear. Well, as you can see with the landscape here, this is where it starts getting interesting. So this is the start of Attermire Scar, it's called. And basically it's a limestone sort of cliff edge that goes all the way around this corner. And the first cave that we are going to see is Horseshoe Cave. Hold on, let me show you. And Horseshoe Cave, I think, is up that hill somewhere. So we're going to head up there now. Just look at this landscape. Absolutely beautiful. There's no one here, just the odd climber I've seen. And this is the first cave, called Horseshoe Cave. Comment if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first one that I need to have a scan in. So let's get up and have a look, eh? Right, let's take you in, eh? Let's see what this one's like. Well, straight away it does not look campable. Unless you can sleep upright. Still a little bit of light. Let me just carry on a bit and see how far it goes. Just have to pop you down a second. Soon gets dark like. Alright, let me get a head torch on. Actually, it doesn't look like it goes back any further than that. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but it drops down to another level there. And it does continue back about another, probably 10 metres or so there. But definitely not a place for camping out. Well, this cave is definitely pretty boring. Not much to see at all. But luckily, I know a couple of the others are pretty awesome. Ow, my back. Ow. Well, look at this. You never find limestone hearts. Look at that one. That is pretty damn good. Happy with that one? Right, on to the next one. Oh, midges are just starting to get out. Luckily, I've actually brought a midge net with me, so I might need that in a bit. God, there's hundreds of them. Ah, help, I'm moving. So, a bit bamboozled by the next one. The next one's called Attermire Cave, and I can't find it. I've had a good sort of wander around, and the map, when you look on an OS map, it just says the actual name, but it doesn't give a point of where it actually is. So my last sort of port of call, I'm just going to go have a look up through all these crags here and just sort of see if it sort of sits in there somewhere. There is a little bit of a, just up there, there's like a little bit of a dark section, so I'm just going to go have a look at that and see if that's it. But yep, lost by this one. Anyway, let's have a go. Well, it's definitely not this. A few little bits like this, but not what I'm looking for. So all this craggy outcrop all the way around here. This is the Attermire Scar. And it's about a mile long, this. And this is where these caves have been formed. There looks to be a tiny little cave up there. But there's some greenery like nettles growing in the entrance of it, so it doesn't look like it's been used much. Anyway, this is the exciting one. We're going to head up to this. Well, I've spent a bit of time searching for that other cave. Nowhere to be seen. So, I do know for definite, this next cave that we're coming up to now, it's a big cave, and this is the most famous cave around here. And this is the one that everybody knows about because there's so much history with this, and the people who excavated it back in 1870 or something like that found all sorts of bits and bats in there which are of high interest. So yeah, let's get up and have a look at this one because this is awesome, it really is. Here we are, and this is pretty big, massive compared to the other piddly things I've seen. And it's great because at this time of night, not a soul to be seen. Wow, as soon as you get close, it just starts getting cold. You can feel the cold air running through it. This is horrible in here, absolutely horrible. It's like greasy on the floor. It stinks. Loads of birds shite everywhere. And nowhere flat. Not even stick a bivvy. Let's explore some more, eh? Love this. That's nice, few little animal holes there. Well, there's sort of a flat platform there. Flattish. Not exactly ideal. Whoa. It's pretty cool as this. It opens up and it's pretty big down there. Let's have a look down there, eh? So if we come down here, it is a muddy clay mess, but goes a hell of a long way back there and around that corner. And there's also another muddy wet place here. That goes back all that way too. That's pretty cool, but definitely not a place to put your bivvy bag. Let's go this way. Yeah, look at this one. Another little cave. Let's get down here. Now I'm excited. Well, again, this is wet and slimy underfoot. It's because it's got like clay, it's just so slippy. Look at this, awesome. See how far it goes. It narrows up quite quickly. You won't be able to get much further than there. It does continue. Oh, it drops down. There's like a little shaft down there. Not one that I'm going to explore now though. Let's get out of here, eh? Look at this. Obviously I have to be very careful. I don't want to get an injury down here. Let's turn you around. That's where I've just come from. Yeah, that place is pretty cool. Wow, as soon as you come out of that though, the heat hits you. It's actually quite warm out here compared to that. Yeah, this cave is pretty big, like. And just the fact that you can wander around in the different places is pretty awesome. Back to the water. At least the dog's got a drink. Do you know what? I might even have to filter that because I've not seen any other water source at all. Let's have a look at it. If I'm filtering it, I'm boiling it too. But in all honesty, that might be it. That is absolutely gross. Unless there's some way of trying to get some of these droplets off the roof. I need to find a drip somewhere that's constantly dripping and just try slowly fill a bottle up, I reckon. So let's get back to my bag and then I'll have to find somewhere that I can actually put my bivvy that's sensible enough. I'll still be sleeping with one eye open down here though. Guarantee that one. And this, in all this space, is pretty much just that bit there. The only place that I could actually probably put a sleeping mat in my bivvy. But it's not very flat. It's covered in bird cack. But it does have an absolutely fantastic view. Look at that. Anyway, there's one more place I can have a look at. So I'm just going to come up around this corner because there's another entrance to this thing. Well, tonight I will not be alone. All these things pecking at me. Promise I'm not scared. So, coming from that main chamber, there's a little secret hidey hole here. Now this little platform, I don't know if you can see, well, you can see light through that. Now if you were stupid enough, I want you to get wet and mucky, you could crawl through that and get outside. So let's go to the other side and see where it goes. And this is the other side of that, it's another little way in. Down there. Let's get a light on it. So that's where I was a second ago. Sort of see through the dark hole at the end. Not a chance of I going through that though. Still looking for some water source. So this little platform that I'm stood on here, and then there's another platform that's just sat there. This is unnatural actually. They are spoil heaps. I think you call them spoil heaps, where all the crap and sediment that they took out when they were excavating to find all the different artifacts, the special treasures over the last 130,000 years. So this was back in the late 1800s when they did a lot of the excavation, and I think it actually was, there was something to do with proving Darwin's theory correct by some of the actual bones and things that were found in here. So it's a pretty important place, is this. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not really fancying that, but can't do a cave camp video and not camp in a cave, can you? So I have to do it. But it is dirty, like proper dirty. It smells. I'm sharing it with other animals. That's not too bad. I don't mind that. Well, at least I'll be tucked away in my bivvy bag, away from everything. And I've got a midge head net, so I'll probably sleep with that on, to be honest, because I just sat out here now. Midges are gathering round me. I can feel them. So, oh dear. Anyway, it's all part of the adventure, isn't it? It's a nice story to tell. Nice video to show you guys. So I'm going to get myself set up and I'm going to cook myself some really nice dinner. Probably just out here because I'm just sat here with the most amazing view. And I'll get the drone out and let's show you how beautiful this scenery really is. Absolutely awesome. Oh my God. Midge is eating me. Look at that. That's a midge having a drink. Horrible little things. Oh. Well, I've had to put midge net on because this is ridiculous. There are just, look at all these. Hundreds of them. Hundreds of midges. Absolutely. Look at all that. Oh my God. So yeah, I've got midge net on my face, which is sort of working. I keep feeling like one going through, I think. And then I've put my leggings on as well. But they're just everywhere. hundreds and hundreds of them. This is going to be a horribly brilliant night. Oh dear, I can't lose my positivity, but this is not going to be very pleasant, this is it? Right, it's time to make some dinner. So I'll get this gas stove on the go. So we have, spill all this out, mushrooms and pepper, some sort of a seasoning, an onion, courgette, and a bit of meat. So this is some bacon. It's actually pigs in blankets, this. Right, let's get this gas stove lit then, first job. There we go, keep it on low. Got my titanium plate here, super lightweight. I'll bang that on. Cook up a few of those midges. And the first job, pigs in blankets. Jesus, that's too hot straight away. Tell you what, I brought some olive oil in an old medicine bottle. Got my little pot grab. Right, let's get my knife out. This is just a S3, I think, SE3. Not a bad knife actually, but I made the leather sheath for it. And it just clips in nicely. So, let's get this onion on the go. Help if it goes into pan. There we go then, that's sausage, bacon and onions. And I'll tell you what, I must be hungry because that smells incredible. Right, let's get some of this courgette in. It's going to take some cooking is all this. Yeah, ditch that idea. Let's get a proper pan on the go for that. Let's do this in 2 pans. I love mushrooms. Get them in. If I just reduce all that down. So there we have some bacon, sausage, onion and mushroom. So what I'm going to do is take that off the heat now. And just leave that to settle there. And then what I'm going to do is put my courgette and pepper on. And put a squirt of water in. And then I'm going to also just add this stock cube, or half of it maybe. And then I've got a little bit of the Uncle Ben's rice here. So I'm just going to bulk it out with a bit of that as well. And that will be dinner. Yeah, these midges are honestly horrendous. As bad as you get. If I didn't bring this midge net, I'd be honestly in tears now. In fact, I'd probably be on my way home. I think I'd have quit it. Anyway, I'm putting on all my layers I can just to keep them away. Oh man. Yeah, even with this on, honestly, they're still getting in here. I'm trying to keep it off my face. Another layer up there. That's made it a bit smaller anyway. Look at them all. Look at them landing on my head there. Yeah, I wasn't joking, was I? This is going to be an awful night. Oh my god. Oh man. That's steamed away nicely there. So what I'll do is, I'll just add a bit of rice to that. So let's see if I can eat this without getting bitten. I'm gonna make a little mouthful and that's it. There we go. Let's try a sausage. That is good. Very good. This is the most uncomfortable way of eating dinner ever. Oh my god, the mushrooms, so good. Nightmare. Complete nightmare. I just want wind to pick up and just blow them all away for 10 minutes, just so I can enjoy this. Oh my god. The only problem with cooking with a titanium plate though, is that it gets so hot and the middle section where the gas burner's actually on, it just burns your food at that point. So yeah, it's a bit annoying for that, but they're super lightweight and very obviously tough. This is ridiculous. Let's try this vegetable rice now. Bit of pepper. Wow, that's really good. A bit of stock in there. Oh my god. I need to show you this. I don't know if you can see on this camera, but just look how many midges there are. They're just landing on lenses, just hundreds of them everywhere. Even Doug's getting annoyed with it. Oh my god, awful. I'm gonna have to eat this standing up, I think, walking around. Right, look at these midges. Now that is as bad as you're gonna get. Look at Dog. He hates it. Dog's absolutely hating this. Look at him on him. Look at that. Everywhere. Poor lad. This is awful. Absolutely awful. Well, I have never, ever bailed on a camp. And I'm still not gonna, but oh my god, this is the closest I've ever been. Absolutely awful. Midges, I mean, like, why? Who invented them? They're just torturing me and Dog now. Absolutely torturing us. So I'm hoping they'll piss off in some polite, colourful language shortly, and then we can at least just relax. But there's nothing fun about this. It just, you know, it totally ruins it. Absolutely ruins it. Oh dear. Anyway, hopefully they're not quick cave dwellers, and then they can leave us alone when we're inside that cave. But I mean, even this net thing I've got on here, I still feel they're getting in. I just there's just no comfort at all, honestly. Ah dear. Anyway, Horrendous. Horrendous. No other word for it. I mean, dog can't even cope with it. I've never seen him like this. Look at this pretty dog, eh? And look at these midges. Have you ever seen midges to this extent? This is ridiculous. It's driving us absolutely crazy. How we're still here, I don't know, honestly. I mean, Leah, look at my hand. I'll just slowly put this in front of you. Focus. Look at state. Everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Ah! So that's the cave continuing behind me. A little bit scary, eh? But I've got this dog here that's just drifting off. He's just knackered. He's been plagued by these midges, as I have. Both of us just honestly could not cope with it. And then we've got another big hole up that way. And you won't be able to make it out, but oh, there we go. There is the entrance and a little bit of light still out there. So I am in a cave, all set up to camp. Honestly, that was the most horrendous time I have ever had with midges. Honestly, awful, absolutely awful. I mean, look at my forehead here. I mean, I never even get bothered by midges, but oh, look at it. I'm like a bloody pincushion. Unbelievable. So that's with a midge net on my head too. Like, honestly, ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Anyway, this cave is, it's quite a special cave really, because 130,000 years ago, all this land in the north of England was animals such as rhinos, elephants, hyenas and hippos, which sounds ridiculous because 130,000 years ago is not that long at all. But this cave has proven that, because when they've dug out and to see all the different sort of layers of showing the different years of history in this cave, those were the bones that were found in the actual floor of this cave, which is incredible. So just thinking that, you know, only 120, 130,000 years ago, we had those sorts of animals just roaming around. So, and there's me moaning about midges. So yeah, it would have been a different world at that point, definitely. And then the first evidence of human activity in the north of England actually comes from this cave. So 11,000 years ago, they found an antler spear which had been carved, and obviously it had been thrown into an animal. The animal had escaped, and either been killed by something like hyena and then dragged into this cave and eaten, or it made it into the cave itself and then died here. So they found, yeah, this 11,000-year-old antler spear, or spearhead, which is pretty awesome. So that's proof that humans were in the north of England just after the Ice Age, which retreated back about 12,000 years ago. So unbelievable, eh? So very interesting place, this. So yeah, I am in here all alone, just me, the dog, a couple of creepy crawlies like. So what I've done to set myself up tonight, luckily I brought myself a big plastic sheet. So I've just laid a big plastic sheet down, blown my mattress up, got my pillow out, and I've got my bivvy and my thin sleeping bag, and that's it, nice and simple. It's totally dry in here really, which is okay really, so I don't even need the bivvy, but anyway, it stinks, it's not very comfortable, and to be fair, there's other places I'd rather be. So get yourselves out while camping, guys, it's absolutely awesome. I don't know, next time I'll be out in a tent. And because of these midges, honestly, I well prefer winter camping. It's totally made me decide that winter camping is 10 times better than summer camping. Hey dear. Anyway, I've had a cup of tea. I'm chilled out, calm. There's not many flying insects around at the minute, but there is a centipede right above my head. So it's not going to bother me, I don't think. So I'll just leave it there to sleep as I will go to sleep. Anyway, it is definitely time to rest these old bones. Feet are killing me after doing that ultra 62 kilometre ultra race 2 weeks ago. So I can definitely feel that. Got some raw toes and down a toenail, like I said. And I've definitely got a bit of a limp because I've got a slight pain in one of my feet. Feels like I've sort of broken a bone or something, but it's not that. It's just me being a wimp, eh? Anyway, let me get myself into this baby bag and off to sleep. Morning, flowers. Well, as you can hear, I didn't sleep alone last night. This cave is absolutely full of crows, and my God, do they squawk. But luckily, they didn't really start till about 6 o'clock this morning, so I definitely got a good few hours sleep. But the first sort of hour or so, oh my God, it was the most uncomfortable. Just the ground that I'm laid on here is uncomfortable, and the stench of ammonia, oh my God, it's absolutely gross. It just hits you and strips your throat. Awful. So yeah, I definitely wanted to get out of here as fast as possible. Anyway, I've made it through, and it was sort of okay getting woke up by these guys, I guess. But yeah, pretty amazing experience really, sleeping in a massive cave with the bones of elephants and rhinos and hyenas and hippos as well. I mean, like, that's absolutely incredible. What a place. This cave also, after the Ice Age, was used by brown bears. But I wouldn't want to meet one of them in here. And also reindeer. And then more recently, they found quite a lot of bits to do with the Romans that had used this as well. So what an awesome place to be. It really is, just knowing that you've had so much history wandering around in here and taking shelter over these last 130,000 years or so. Absolutely fantastic, eh? Anyway, I am going to get packed up. It's a complete bomb site, all this. I've just chucked everything down. But luckily, I brought this sheet to put down, this plastic sheet, because if not, oh my God, this would have just been gross. I think I would have probably just sacked it off and gone home, to be honest, with the midge Midge crisis, and then just having to sleep on bird cack. So anyway, I made it through, and we're going to get packed up and go. So. So there we go, all packed up. That is my little sleeping platform there. But I've got to say, I will never, ever sleep in this cave again. Unless there was another ice age and then I had to, that would be the only reason. Yeah, pretty gross to be fair. But made it through, main thing. So anyway, next thing, we are going to go check out another cave. This is the Jubilee Cave. So I've actually been in this one before, but it's not been for quite a while, so let's go check it out, eh? So here's another little cave. I'll just take you into this one, but yeah, it's a bit wet and muddy in here. It's kind of cool though, but that's about as far as I can get without getting absolutely filthy. Take a look down there. Goes quite a long way really. Smells a lot nicer in here anyway. No birds. So in amongst all this, we have this cave entrance that's here. Quite inviting, might be the best yet. Go on, Kenny. Oh, this is way nicer. So when we get to the end of this cave, it pretty much stops there. And then if you look around this way here, there's actually a little slit which leads to the cave that's just on the left-hand side of this one. But the best bit, turn around again, and all this opens up. So this is actually quite big in here. You can see all under this bit. And there's this massive stone in the way. I'll just squeeze through. Quite tight all this. And it continues that way under there, but ends up coming to a standstill. There's a bit of a snippet down there, and if I just take you up through this bit, we have a little bit of light up there. That's the window. And then turn around again. Look at this. So that continues quite a long way down there. Let's just squeeze under here. Bear with me. It's a bit of a struggle, this one. I'm nearly crawling. And temperature when you come round here just drops quite considerably. And then this gets to an end point, but all this is soft down here, so if that was all dug out, I bet that would continue quite a long way really. So here we are in the Jubilee Cave. I've got to say though, it's the best one, definitely. It's just got such a nice feel when you're in it, and it's almost like it's clean. That makes the difference. You don't have all those birds and the bird muck everywhere. It's absolutely awful. It just stinks. So this one is lovely, really nice, and it's safe. I think you could quite easily let your kids just roam around in here. There's nowhere to get sort of stuck or anything. Don't hold me to that. But there's nothing above your head that's going to fall down, because this is just one massive piece of limestone, which is just all solid. Nothing at all that's loose. Obviously the floor, you can see, it's just a bit undulating. So as long as you make sure that you've got a decent torch with you, that's the main thing, because when you if you turn this off, it is pretty dark, like, look at that. So yeah, you won't want to get stuck in here without a light, although you'd probably find your way out. It's not too deep or anything like that, but yes, love it. Turn that back on before I get scared myself. So brilliant. So let's move on. There's nowhere to camp in here though, I've got to say. The floor's just all over the place. I mean, you could potentially, if you had some sort of climbing fixings, maybe find a place to sort of string a hammock, but I don't know. At least it's clean compared to the other, that's the main thing. Anyway, let's get ourselves outside. So I'm going to go check out this one now. Tiny little cave next door, which it links up to. Let's have a look in here then. So that is the little window to the one next door. And let's continue down here a bit further. Wow, that goes a long way down there, but it is a crawl. Let's see if we can go a bit further. Oh, I'm already on my hands and knees. I think I'll stop there. But yeah, that goes a long way. I can probably see about 30 metres down there. But I'm not getting muddy today, definitely not. Cool, eh? There's also, look at that, a little tiny chamber down there. So there we go then. That is cave camping. I'd like to say that I thoroughly enjoyed that, but there is definitely times that I was wanting to be back at home, because that was honestly horrendous. Those midges are the devil, absolute devil. Who invented them? The only thing I didn't pack, which I wish I had, was a flamethrower, because I'd have happily burnt all those little... Anyway, if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, because I'm going to have so many adventures. I'm always out doing these things, and there's plenty more content to come. So yes, get that subscribe button pressed. Right then, it is time to move on. I've got to get back, because I'm on with a really good project back on my piece of land, and I am filming that, so that is going to be on my channel soon. So honestly, you need to look forward to that, because it will be awesome. Rightio then, we will see thee.